Om. 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 So welcome everybody. Let's sit down straight, close the eyes gently, and while closing the eyes, vow to yourself that you're closing also your mind to external thoughts and the hearts to external emotions. Deep inhale and exhale, and while exhaling, we are going to chant Om 3 times and Gayatri Mantra in the form of bhajan. Pay attention to your own pronunciation. The sound waves emitted out of pronunciation and the vibrations coming back to us. That should bring us in the balanced state of mind. ध्यान अवस्थित करेंगे. ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्. तूने हमें उत्पन्न किया, पालन कर रहा है तो तुझसे ही पाते प्राण हम. दुखियों के कष्ट हरता है तो तेरा महान तेज है. छाया हुआ सभी स्थान, सृष्टि की वास्तु वास्तु में तू हो रहा है विद्यमान. तेरा ही धरते ध्यान हम, मांगते तेरी दया. ईश्वर हमारी बुद्धि को श्रेष्ठ मार्ग पर चला. ओम भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्. Understanding the Gayatri Mantra, Om, O Ishvara, all protecting God, protect us. Bhu, give of life. Bhuva, liberator from pains and sorrows. Swaha, the all blissful and giver of happiness. Tat refers to Ishvara. Savita, creator of the whole universe. Varenyam, the one and only whom we chose as object of our worship, praise, prayer, and meditation. Bharga, remover of our ills and evils. Devasya, the all virtuous with noble divine qualities. Dhimahi, on whom we meditate, contemplate. Why? Dhyo yonaha prachodayat is the prayer path, O Ishvara God. Guide our mind, our intellect into righteous thoughts and righteous actions. Atheshvara stuti prathanopasna mantra. Om Vishwani Deva Savitar Duritani Parasava Yad Bhadram Tanna Asava. Om Hiranya Garbha Samavartatagre Bhutasya Jata Patirekāsit Sadādhāra Prithivim Dhyamute Mam Kasmai Devaya Vishavidema. Om Ya Atmada Balada Yasya Vishwa Upasate Prashisham Yasya Deva Yasya Chayamritam Yasya Mrityo Kasmai Devaya Vishavidema. Om Yah Pranato Nimishato Mahitvaika Idra Jagato Babhuva Ya Ishe Yasya Dvipadasya Tushpada Kasmai Devaya Vishavidema. So in this last mantra, we says, Yah pranato nimishato, God as the giver of life, sustainer of life, and to whom was created this whole universe with all the bipeds and quadrupeds. That's the worldly meaning. And let's go to the spiritual meaning. The bipeds are those who only work to earn a living and enjoy life. And the quadrupeds are those who follow righteous living, dharma, righteous earnings, artha, righteous enjoyment, kama, and onwards move to attain moksha, mukti, liberation from the cycle of birth and death, to be in the eternal bliss of Ishvara God. Om ye nadyo rugra prithivi chadridha ye na swasta bhitam ye na naka yo antarikshe rajaso vimana kasmai devaya vishavidema. Om Prajapate Natvadetanyanyo विश्वाजातानि परिता बभूव यत्कामास्तेजोमस्तन्नो अस्तु वयं श्यामपतयोरयीनाम् ॐ सनो बन्धुर्जनिता सविधाता धामानि वेद भुवनानि विश्वा यत्र देवा अमृतमानश्रानास्त्वितीये धामन्नध्यैरयन्त ॐ अग्नेनयस्तु पथाराये अस्मान् विश्वानि देववयुनानि विद्वान् युयोध्यस्मज्जुहोरानमेनो भूयिष्ठां ते नमोक्तिं विधेम. This last mantra refers to Ishvara God as Agni, the physical energy, fire, and other forms of energy. But then it also means the light which allows us to take knowledge of the physical sciences around us, but also the light of knowledge, the knowledge given to us by Ishvara God through the Vedas. We also pray that we always be surrounded by Deva Vayunani Vidwan, by learned and elderly persons who would share their knowledge and their life experiences to give us a higher footing to grow on the path of Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. And then Yuyodhyasmajjuhuranamino, let's listen to the divine guidance, the inner voice, to shun all the ills, evils, and sin of our life, out of our life, and leave the space for all the beneficial things to come in to our life. Iti Ishvara Stuti Prarthana Upasana Prakaranam. Just join the palms together, rub them gently, cover their eyes, slowly open the eyes below the palms, transfer the energy to the facial muscles. I chose today to prolong the closing of the eyes just so that you'll be able to focus on the chanting of the mantras and feel the positivity out of the vibrations coming back of our chanting. Now for Achman, please take water in the right palm, free Achman, so 3 times taking water, take enough water so that when you sip, it reaches at least the throat. First Achman, Om Amritopastara Namase Swaha. Second Achman, Om Amrita Pidha Namase Swaha. Third time, Om Satyam Yasha Shirmai Shri Shayatam Swaha. Wash the palms. Take water in the left palm, using the middle and ring finger of the right hand. Dip into the water, touching the various parts of the body at the end of each mantra, praying to Ishvara God that He enlightens our soul and the soul drives the mind, the intellect, and the other organs of the body to always be on the righteous path. Om Vangamasyastu Om Nasormi Pranostu Om Akshanormi Chakshurastu Om Karaniormi Shrotramastu Om Bahormi Balamastu Om Urvorma Ojostu Om Arishtani Mangani Tanustanva Me Sasanto. Just remember, all the actions that have to be done is always at the end of the mantra, and the offerings of ghee and samagri always at the time we say swaha. That is one thing. Lighting of the lamp for Agnyadha. Om Bhur Swa. If you have the Havan Kund now, take the camphor in the Sruva, light it and introduce the fire into the Havan Kund at the end of the mantra. Om Bhur Swa. Dyoriva Vumna Prithiviva Varimna. Tasyaste Prithivi Deva Yajani Prishte Agni Manna Damanna Dhyaya Dadhe. Agni Samindhan mantra. During this mantra, you can take 2 free spoonfuls of ghee and sprinkle over the fire to get it blazing. Om Udbudya Svagni Pratija Grihi Tvamishta Purte San Srijetamayancha Asmin Sadhaste Adyutarasmin Vishwe Deva Yajamanascha Sidata. Samidhadan, 3 pieces of samidha wood sticks dipped into ghee, and first samidha with this mantra. Om Mayanta Idmatma Jata Vedaste Nidya Svavardha Swachedda Vardhaya Chasman Prajaya Pashubhir Brahma Varchase Namnadyena Samedhaya Sma Idam Agnaye Jata Vedase Idam Namama. Second Samhita, we have 2 mantras here, so please offer on the second time when we say Swaha. Om Samidhagnim Duvasyata Griter Vodayata Tithim Asmin Havya Jotana Svaidam Agneidam Namama. Om Susamidhaya Shochishe Gritam Tivram Jotana Agnaye Jata Vedase Swaha. Idam Agnaye Jata Vedase Idam Namama. Third Samhita. Om Tantva Samidbhirangiro Gritena Vardayamasi Priyachochaya Vishtaya Swaha. Idam Agnengirase Idam Namama. Panchagrit Ahuti, offering of ghee 5 times with 1 mantra. Purpose is to get the fire blazing, because after would be offerings of ghee and samagri, so that the blazing fire can convert the some essential oils of the ghee and samagri into vapors, microparticles, so that spreads into the atmosphere, goes into our lungs and bloodstream through inhale and exhale breathing process. Coincidentally, in this mantra, we are requesting God, praying to Ishwar God for 5 things. Prajaya, kith and kin, children, grandchildren, be dutiful, be obeying, complying to our instructions and guidance. Pashubhir, domestic animals, be there for our welfare, for our peace. Pashubhir, Brahma Varchas, the knowledge of the Vedas given to us, be used efficiently to bring us peace, progress, and prosperity. And we always have plenty of nutritious, health-promoting food. Samedhaya, make effective and efficient use of the 4 things to be able to grow towards sukha, happiness, shanti, peace, and samriddhi, prosperity. Om Mayanta Idmatma Jata Vedaste Nidya Svavardha Swachedda Vardhaya Chasman Prajaya Pashubhir Brahma Varchase Namnadyena Samedhaya Sva Idam Agnaye Jata Vedase Idam Namama. Om Ayantayatmatma Jata Vedaste Nidya Svardha Swachedda Vardaya Chasman Prajaya Pashuvir Brahma Varchase Namnadyena Samedhaya Swa Idam Agnay Jata Vedase Idam Nama Om Ayantayatmatma Jata Vedaste Nidya Svardha Swachedda Vardaya Chasman Prajaya Pashuvir Brahma Varchase Namnadyena Samedhaya Swaha Idam Agnay Jata Vedase Idam Namama. Om Ayantayatmatma Jata Vedaste Nidya Svardha Swachedda Vardaya Chasman Prajaya Pashuvir Brahma Varchase Namnadyena Samedhaya Swaha Idam Agnay Jata Vedase Idam Namama. Om Ayantayatmatma Jata Vedaste Nedya Svardha Swachedda Vardaya Chasman Prajaya Pashuvir Brahma Varchase Namnadyena Samedhaya Swaha Idam Agnaye Jata Vedase Idam Namama. Jal Sinchanam, sprinkling of water all around the Havan Kund. That is an essential part. Fire and water maintains the balance. Energy and cooling goes hand in hand. The main purpose of sprinkling water is that the water vapor also arising all around the Havan Kund mix with the gases out of the Havan Kund, the vapors of the Havan Kund, to form formaldehyde, a powerful antiseptic to ward off bacteria and airborne viruses from our environment. On the east side, Om Adite Numanyasva, west. Om Anumate Numanyasva, north. Om Saraswati Numanyasva. Now all around the Havan Kund, starting from northeast, moving clockwise and ending at the northeast at the end of the mantra. Om Deva Savita Prasuvayadyam Prasuvayadypatim Bhagaya Divyo Gandharva Keta Puke Tanna Punatu Vachaspatir Vachanna Swadatu. Agharavati Ahuti, the first Ahuti on the north, second on the south, pouring the ghee in the streamline form from northwest to northeast, southwest to southeast, moving towards the east, direction of light in the sunrise, and which enables us to take cognizance of our environment, but also the light of knowledge, the light of the knowledge of the Vedas. Om Agnaye Svaha Idam Agnayedan Namama, south. Om Somaya Svaha Idam Somaya Idam Namama, center. Om Prajapataye Svaha Idam Prajapataye Idam Namama. Om Indraya Svaha Idam Indraya Idam Namama. Now, ahutis of both ghee and samagri. And just remember, it's at the end when we say swaha that the offerings are to be given. Pratakalina ahuti, the ahutis for the morning. Om Suryo Jyotir Jyoti Surya Svaha. Om Suryo Varcho Jyotir Varcha Svaha. Om Jyoti Surya Suryo Jyoti Svaha. Om Sajur Devena Savitra Sajurusha Sendravatya Jushana Suryaveto Swaha. Mantras for the afternoon, Sayankalin mantra. Om Agnir Jyotir Jyotiragni Swaha. Om Agnir Varcho Jyotir Varcha Swaha. Om Swaha. Om Sajur Devena Savitra Sajuratrendravatiya Rushano Agnirveto Swaha. Ahutis for both morning and afternoon. And remember, the mantra says, Bhuragnaye pranaya bhurvaive apanaya swaradityaya vyanaya swaha, indicating to us to synchronize our breath and make the optimum benefits of the vapors coming to the Havan Kund through pran, apan, and vyan. Pran being the inhale, exhale process, apan the breath functioning around the digestive system, and vyan the life force, the breath sending nutrients and oxygen throughout the body. Ghee and samagri. Om Bhuragnaye Pranaya Swaha. Idam Agnaye Pranaya Idam Namama. Om Bhurvaive Pranaya Swaha. Idam Vaive Pranaya Idam Namama. Om Swaradityaya Vyanaya Swaha. Idam Adityaya Vyanaya Idam Namama. Om Bhurvaswaragnivaivaditevya pranapanavyanabhya swaha. Idam agnivaivaditevya pranapanavyanabhya idam namama. Om apo jyotirasomritam brahmavurvaswarom swaha. Om yam medham devagna pitarashopasate Tayama madhyame dhayagni medhavinam kuru swaha. Om Vishwani deva savitara duratani parasva yadbhadram tanna svaha. Om agnena yaspathara yasman Vishwani deva vayunani vidwan yuyodhyasmadjoranameno Bhuvishtam namoktim vidhema swaha. Om Agnir Jyotir Jyotiragni Swaha. No, sorry, we've already done that. Now let's move to special ahutis for the occasion. We celebrated Sita Ashtami yesterday. So remember, Sita means the earth, and paying homage to the firm determination. And firm determination is given in one mantra of the Atharva Ved, how to move ahead in life with a balanced mind and with a firm determination, firm resolve, and with total self-control. First Gayatri Mantra, Vishwani Deva, and then this mantra. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat Swaha. Om Vishwani Deva Savitar Duritani Parasva Yadbhadram Tanna Asva Swaha. Om Akshono Madhu Sankashe Anikam Nisamanjanam Anta Krinosha Mandharaidi Mana Inno Sahasati Abhitva Manojatena Dadhami Mama Vasasa Yathaso Mama Kevalo Nanyasam Koturiyashtana Swaha. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat Swaha. This mantra says it's an appeal to all ladies to stand as firm as the mountains that we find on this planet Earth. Stand as firm as the mountains and with acquire proper knowledge so that you can enlighten humanity. As the cradle of children at birth till they start walking. So if women are enlightened, they are knowledgeable, they will be able to enlighten the whole next generation. And then they are required to play a very important role in maintenance of the family, especially taking care, managing the household, and over and above the other responsibilities, just be serene, be calm, be peaceful, and share peace, prosperity to the family and to the whole world. Now moving to Gayatri Mantra and Trayambakam Yajamahe. We have the two kids with us. Anyone? No, they are both of them. Yash and Aryan. So please alternate. One will do the Gayatri Mantra and the other one Mahamrityunjay Mantra Trayambakam Yajamahe with Swaha at the end for the offerings of both ghee and samagri. Please start. Louder, please.
Om Bhurbhuvah Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat Swaha. Om Bhurbhuvah Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat Swaha. Om Bhurbhuvah Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat Swaha.
Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardanam Urvarasmiva Vandanam Mrityormukshi Mamritat Swaha. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardanam Urvarasmiva Vandanam Mrityormukshi Mamritat Swaha. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardanam Urvarasmiva Vandanam Swaha.
Now switch to ahuti, one ahuti of ghee and prasad if you have, otherwise only ghee, please. Om Yadasya Karmanotyaricham Yadhyanyonmihakaram Agneshta Shreshta Kridvidyat Sarvam Sweshtam Suhutam Karotu Me Agnaye Shreshta Krite Suhutahute Sarvprayashchitahutinam Kamanam Samardhetre Sarvanah Kaman Samardhya Swaha. Idam Agnaye Shreshta Krite Idam Namama. One ahuti of ghee. Om Swaha Idam Prajapataye Idam Namama. Purnahuti, ghee and samagri both. Om Sarvam Vai Purnam Swaha. Om Sarvam Vai Purnam Swaha. Om Sarvam Vai Purnam Swaha. Put all the things down, join the palms together, Mahavam Devyagan, three mantras from Samved, praying for Sukha, happiness, Shanti, peace, and Samriddhi, prosperity. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha कयानश्चित्रा भुवदूति सदा वृद्धा सखा कया शचीष्टया वृता ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः कस्त्वा सत्यो मदानां मंहेष्ठो मत्सदन्धसा द्विदाचिदारुरेवसो ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः अभीशो न सखीनामवीता चरित्रेणां शतं भवास्युतये ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः। यज्ञ प्रार्थना प्लीज धनंजय जी। ओम
पूजनीय प्रभु हमारे भाव उज्ज्वल कीजिए, छोड़ देवे छल कपट को मानसिक बल दीजिए। वेद की बोले ऋचाए सत्य को धारण करे, हर्ष में हो मग्न सारे शोक सागर से तरे। अश्वमेधादिक रचाए यज्ञ पर उपकार को, धर्म मर्यादा जलाकर लाभ दे संसार को। नित्य श्रद्धा भक्ति से यज्ञादि हम करते रहे, रोग पीड़ित विश्व के संताप सब हरते रहें। भावना मिट जाए मन से पाप अत्याचार की, कामनाएं पूर्ण होवे यज्ञ से नर नार की। लाभकारी हो हवन हर जीवधारी के लिए, वायु जल सर्वत्र हो शुभ गंध को धारण किए। स्वार्थ भाव मिटे हमारा प्रेम पथ विस्तार हो, इदम नमम का सार्थक प्रत्येक में व्यवहार हो। प्रेम रस में मग्न होकर वंदना हम कर रहे, नाथ करुणा रूप करुणा आपकी सब पर रहे। पूजनीय प्रभु हमारे भाव उज्ज्वल कीजिए, छोड़ देवे छल कपट को मानसिक बल दीजिए। प्रभु आत्मिक बल दीजिए।
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामया, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। सबका भला करो भगवान, सब पर कृपा करो भगवान, सब पर दया करो दयावान, सबका सब विधि हो कल्याण। हे ईश सब सुखी हो, कोई न हो दुखारी। सब हो निरोग भगवन, धन धान्य के भंडारी। सब भद्र भाव देखें, सन्मार्ग के पथिक हों। दुखिया न कोई होवे, सृष्टि में प्राणधारी। हे नाथ सब सुखी हों, कोई न हो दुखारी। सब हो निरोग भगवन, धन धान्य के भंडारी। त्वमेव माताश्च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव, त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव।
Move now for Ashirvad, the blessings. Join the palms together, put the body straight, totally relax, close the eyes gently. Om Satya Santo Yajamanasya Kama. Om Purna Santo Yajamanasya Kama. Om Safala Santo Yajamanasya Kama. Satya Santo, may the wishes, the desires of the Yajaman be truthful. Purna Santo, the truthful wishes of the Yajaman be accomplished. And Safala Santo, the truthful wishes of the Yajaman be accomplished with 100% success. Swasti Mantra. Om Swasti na Indro Vridharshava Swasti na Pusha Vishveda Swasti na Saksharyo Rishtanimi Swasti no Brihaspatir Dadhatu Om Bhadram Karnebhi Shinuyama Deva Bhadram Pashyemakshabhiriyadatra Sthirairangeshtoshtamang Sastanurvirvyashemahi Devaitam Yadayu Om Swasti 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 Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Now time for bhajan, please, the volunteers.
हमको मन की शक्ति देना, मन विजय करें। दूसरों की जय से पहले खुद जय करें। हमको मन की शक्ति देना, भेद भाव अपने दिल से साफ कर सके। दोस्तों से भूल हो तो माफ कर सके। झूठ से बचे रहें, सच कदम भरे। दूसरों की जय से पहले खुद की जय करें। हमको मन की शक्ति देना, मुश्किल पड़े तो हम पर इतना कर्म कर, साथ देना धर्म का, चले तो धर्म पर। खुद पे हौसला रहे, पदी से हम डरे, दूसरों की जय से पहले खुद की जय करें। हमको मन की शक्ति देना, मन विजय करें। दूसरों की जय से पहले खुद की जय करें। हमको मन की शक्ति देना। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, Premji, for this beautiful bhajan, Man Ki Shakti. This is where we seek the divine inspiration, and also we build our forces in times of even doom and gloom, and in times of happiness to move ahead in life. Very inspiring. Thank you, Dee. Next, please. Ushtaji, just please unmute yourself.
चंचल मन नित ओम जपा कर, ओम जपा कर, ओम जपा कर, ओम जपा कर, ओम जपा कर। चंचल मन नित ओम जपा कर, ओम जपा कर, ओम जपा कर, ओम जपा कर, ओम जपा कर। पल पल छिन छिन घड़ी घड़ी निस दिन, पल पल छिन छिन घड़ी घड़ी निस दिन। ओम जपा कर, 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 ओम जपा कर। प्रातः समय की सुख वेला में, प्रातः समय की सुख वेला में, संध्या की पुलकित रजनी में, संध्या की पुलकित रजनी में, रोम रोम से निकले तेरे ओम जपा कर, 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 ओम जपा कर। गहरा सागर टूटी नैया, गहरा सागर टूटी नैया, जीवन तरनी ओम रखैया, जीवन तरनी ओम रखैया। पार करेंगे ओम जपा कर, ओम जपा कर, ओम जपा कर, ओम जपा कर, ओम जपा कर। चंचल मन नित ओम जपा कर, ओम जपा कर, ओम जपा कर। सार तत्व की खोज किए जा, सार तत्व की खोज किए जा, नाम सरस रस रोज पिए जा, नाम सरस रस रोज पिए जा। पार करेंगे ओम जपा कर, 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 ओम जपा कर। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, Shadi. That's about Om Jap. And remember, when we do Om Jap, it's always focusing on our own chanting, feeling the vibrations, the origin of the sound, and how the sound moves from the digestive region up to our throat and to our brain. And if we pay attention to the sound, to our own chanting, we'll be able to realize the definition of yoga, yogaschitta vritti nirodha, that is silencing the activities of the mind and bring us to the calm, serene status. Thank you, Shadi. Other volunteer? Kamlesh ji,
Thank you.
unmute yourself.
जीवन की घड़ियां वृथा न खो, ओम जपो, ओम जपो। जीवन की घड़ियां वृथा न खो, सॉरी। ओम जपो, हरि ओम जपो। चादर न लंबी ताने के सो, ओम जपो, हरि ओम जपो। ओम ही जग का सार है, जीवन है जीवन आधार है। प्रीति ना उसकी मन से तजो, ओम जपो, हरि ओम जपो। चोला यही है कर्म का, करने को सौदा धर्म का। इसके बिना मार्ग न कोई, ओम जपो, हरि ओम जपो। साथी बना ले ओम को, मन में बिठा ले ओम को। प्रेम की गंगा बहते रहो, ओम जपो, हरि ओम जपो। मुख से ओम उचारिए, हृदय में अर्थ विचारिए। श्वासों की माला इसमें पिरो, ओम जपो, हरि ओम जपो। मन की गति संभालिए, ईश्वर की ओर डालिए। धोना जो चाहे तो जीवन को दो, ओम जपो, ओम जपो। जीवन की घड़ियां वृथा न खो, ओम जपो, हरि ओम जपो।
Thank you, Kamlesh ji. Leave it to Dhananjay ji for the welcome.
आचार्य जी आप कर लीजिए।
Okay, so welcome everybody. We have amidst us Dhananjay ji and his family are the host. And as always, we have the ladies at the forefront, Kamlesh ji, Prem ji, Usha ji, Pandita Jaswardhara ji, and our mentor and founder, Dr. Jean Bandhu Chandora, mentor and founder of Great Atlanta Vedic Temple and the Hindu Center of Atlanta. Acknowledging all those present with us today. Let's move on to one short bhajan of 4 lines and then the lecture for today. सब वेद पढ़ें सुविचार बढ़ें, बल पाय चढ़े नित्य ऊपर को, सब वेद पढ़ें सुविचार बढ़ें। बल पाय चढ़े नित्य ऊपर को, अविरोध रहें रे जो पंथ गाएं। अविरोध रहें रे जो पंथ गाएं। परिवार कहें वसुधा भर को, परिवार कहें वसुधा भर को। सब वेद पढ़ें सुविचार बढ़ें। बल पाय चढ़ें नित्य ऊपर को। ध्रुव धर्म धरें पर दुख हरें। ध्रुव धर्म धरें पर दुख हरें। तन त्याग तरें भव सागर को। तन त्याग तरें भव सागर को। सब वेद पढ़ें सुविचार बढ़ें। बल पाय चढ़ें नित्य ऊपर को। दिन फेर पिता वर दे सविता। दिन फेर पिता वर दे सविता। हम आर्य करें जगती भर को। हम आर्य करें जगती भर को। सब वेद पढ़ें सुविचार बढ़ें। बल पाय चढ़ें नित्य ऊपर को। बल पाय चढ़ें नित्य ऊपर को. Now for the lecture, please sit down straight, close the eyes gently, with the body totally relaxed. Om Jap 3 times with deep inhale and exhale, and while exhaling we are going to chant Om, just as two of the bhajans were Om Japo, chanting of Om. And while doing the chanting, feel the sound waves and the vibrations of the sound waves of your own chanting coming back to you, equilibrating the energy levels of the body, and feel the inner peace that starts sprouting with the Om chanting. Gently, slowly open the eyes. Namaste, everybody. Last week, I talked briefly about Sita Ashtami, which was celebrated yesterday, 5th of March. Ashtami on the 8th day of the waning phase of the moon month, Falgun. And mentioning briefly about how the Vedas qualify women. One is Kanya, the intelligent girl with brilliant character, actions, and temperament, gun, karma, svabhav. Duhita's the daughter who cultivates a radiant personality like the rising sun, cultured, multi-skilled, apt to dispel the darkness of ignorance, who has subdued ego, overpowered attachment and hate, and surmounted the fear of death, and who abides by the tenets of dharma, benevolent and compassionate lady. Then the third word we find in the Veda, which projects women in very high esteem, is Matara. Mata nirmatri bhavati. Women as the mother, cultivating, nurturing the child, so putting forth the forthcoming generation. And as we say, the child of today is the father and the mother of tomorrow. So Mata refers to the lady who not only gives birth to the child, but responsible for molding the personality, the character of the child. To be virtuous in manasa, vacha, karmana, thoughts, words, and actions. She instills her children to be fearless. Abhayam mitrad, abhayam mitrad. Be fearless from friends and from those who are not friends. Abhayam jyatad, abhayam parokshat. From the known, be fearless from the known and fearless from the unknown. Put up 100% physical and mental efforts to realize the objectives of human life, dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. Remember, this Shatpat Brahman talks about, puts women in the first front, first line. Matriman, Pitriman, Acharyavan, Purusho Veda. Recognizing women as the cradle of humanity, the mother's lap, being the first university in the life of any single person. And second ranks the father, third ranks the Acharya. So now saying Vedas is a favors a patriarchal society. How come? We see that on the net. So many people write putting that the Vedas favor patriarchal society. When it says, it talks about Kanya, Duhita, and Matara giving the highest esteem. And the Yajurveda 22nd chapter talks about in the mantra, which is the national prayer for national welfare. It says, Purandhir Yosha Jishnu Ratheshtha Nari Subhag Sadahi. And from then will emerge Yajamana Putra Hove. So first, Nari Sadha Subhag Sadahi. So women folk always working for the benefits, for the welfare of the whole of the universe. And after that, children becomes Yajman, faithful to their duties and responsibilities. Unfortunately, there is one shlok which the source is unknown, which is Tri Shudro Nadhiyatam Iti Shruti. Women on the basis of this shlok were denied access, let alone to read the Vedas, but access to education itself. Whereas the Vedas itself say women should study, read, chant, teach Ved mantras. So they should be knowledgeable. The mantra says, it's from the Yajurved, Yate mam vacham kalyani ma vadanim janebhya brahma rajanyabhyam shudraya charyaya chaswaya charanaya. Just as God is saying, just as I have given all the knowledge in the form of the Vedas to bestow material and spiritual bliss to all human beings, all need to read, hear, chant, and disseminate it further. And when it says all, denying women the right to education, to read, hear, chant, and teach the Vedas, is simply ignorance, selfishness, and folly. If we see the Vedic concept, the first sanskar in the sanskar vidhi is not vivaha sanskar, it's garbhadhan sanskar, laying emphasis on the physical, mental, moral, spiritual conditions of both husband and wife before going for conception, before going to relationship to conceive a child. The emphasis is on the physical, mental, moral, spiritual state of both the body, the mind, and the spirit. And from there on, building a new generation. The Atharva Ved has a mantra which in the Brahmacharya Sukta, Brahmacharyena Kanya Yuvanam Vindate Patim. And Maharishi Dayananda quotes this in the Satyar Prakash, 3rd chapter on education. Girls should complete their learning, be well educated, acquire full knowledge of the Vedas and their teachings, and upon attaining the age of maturity, marry fully grown up youth of profound learning with like character, guna, deeds, actions, karma, and temperament, sabhava. So when we celebrate Sita Ashtami, we know about Swayamvara. The Vedas is saying the same thing. The choice of the husband is when the girl says yes, not under coercion or duress. It's on her own free will. But then it should be in character, in temperament, in karma, gun, karma, sabhav, and also like in level of learning. The Shrota Sutra says, Imam mantram patim patni pathet. Let the wife read the mantras during Yajya. So the denial to the teachings of the Vedas, to access the teachings of the Vedas, and to become educators of the Vedic philosophy is simply not founded in the Vedic Hindu Dharma. There's a powerful connect between women and nature, and that is a moral connection. Women nurturing the child, and when they lead in terms of environment, when they lead in terms of caring for nature, they are more compassionate. They exercise more equanimity, level-headedness in dealing with nature. Actually, I think we have free countries where women are leaders, either head of states or head of government, which did far better in managing the problem of COVID-19 and much far better than the, as we say, between inverted commas, the leading countries of the world. Norway is one. I think Denmark is the second, and the third one is New Zealand. And Norway, the prime minister is only a 32 years old lady leading the country. Yeah, the second wave of COVID was worse than the first wave because people tried to follow what leading countries was giving as example in not following the guidelines given by the health authorities. But even then they did much better. Even Germany with Angela Merkel did very well in the first phase. Second phase, people refused to follow the same guidelines and then got hit harder than the first wave. And coincidentally, we are celebrating International Women's Day in 2 days, 8th of March. Themes which have commonly come were gender equality, generation equality, realizing women's rights. Unfortunately, International Women's Day being celebrated since the early 1970s. It's 50 years down the line now, half a century, but still much remains to be done. The Vedic philosophy places women on the highest dais for the most diverse roles in the making of mankind. Motherhood is acknowledged as the first guru in the life of human beings. Women's rights were lived, let alone spoken about. They were lived as part of daily, day-to-day life among the common folk in society. I mentioned the Yajurved's 22nd chapter, which is about politics, which is more about ruling the country, the status or the model on which society is built, refers to women folk as Purandhira Yosha, multi-talented, multi-skilled and virtuous. Manusmriti says, it says, Yatra naryastu pujyante tatra ramante devaha. A society that provides respect and dignity to women flourishes and prospers as individuals become more and more virtuous in their dealings. On the other hand, where women are made to suffer, society is plagued with miseries and failures. The deprived status of women was a seed planted by invaders in India. And unfortunately, the distortions created in the Sundarkand of the Ramcharitramanas has a doha, which refers to the whole Pashu Gavar, refers to women as that. Taran ki adhikare. And if we look at the Ramcharitramanas of Tulsidas, putting women at the highest level, this is obviously an adulteration by people who are indulging in mistreating women folk. Those were the people who were dim-witted, saying that they even went to the extent of saying that women have no soul, taken as objects of pleasure, unworthy of equal rights at par with men, but they've forgotten simply that their life started 9 months in the womb of a womb. Remember the life of Maharishi Dayananda Saraswati. One incident is given. He crosses a young girl and bows his head in respect to that girl. Put to him as a question, Swamiji, why did you bow to that girl? Swami Dayanand replied, I'm not bowing to a girl, I'm bowing to the ladies who are the mothers in our making. And he was the one, after the downfall of Vedic Hindu Dharma after the Mahabharata. He was the first one to rekindle the knowledge of the Vedas among the masses, driving people to stop the atrocities to which women were subjugated. A gradual upturn was noted with the call of Maharishi Dayananda Saraswati to live life as per the Vedic Hindu philosophy. And that is really bringing back civilization to the world. At a time when women were held in high esteem, women had no rights in the Western world. They had to fight at the suffragettes. And when they came to India, they did worse than what they did in their own country. Then the Vedas, ancillary to the Vedas, the Arsh Granthas says, Matri Devo Bhava, Pitri Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, Tithi Devo Bhava. So the first respect is to the mother, then the father, then to the guru, then to all the guests. Just imagine the high esteem that women play in our life. So Women's Day is no new agenda in the Vedic philosophy. No new agenda because the Arya Samaj celebrates Sita Ashtami as Women's Day, taking Sita as the role model as the ideal daughter, the ideal wife, the ideal mother. And homage is paid to her in these terms. Nari hai niket sab divya lalit bhavon ka pratima madhurima ko prema ka paramchar us ही नारी जाति को सीता जनक नंदिनी कर गई पवित्र थी शुभ निज जन्मधार उसी की सुचिर चरित्र को स्वजीवन में धार के भारत की भामिनियों निज जन्म लो सुधार सीता को पुण्य स्मृति में सीताष्टमी का पर्व है जो है पतिव्रताओं के पातिव्रात्य का आचार. So it leads us to pay respects to the character of Sita. Character of Sita as Madhurima, sweet, soft spoken. Prem ko paramdhar, from whom the love as a daughter, as a wife to her husband, and as a queen to Ayodhya, and as a mother to the kids, love and kush. This poem tells us to learn from the life of Sita, who is called Janaki because daughter of Janak, and called Vaidehi because Janak is also known as Videhi and therefore called Vaidehi. So unattached to more infatuation. That's why she had no hesitation in leaving the palace to accompany Sri Ram in exile. उसी की सुचरित्र का स्वजीवन में धार के. So let's follow the steps into the high character and uplift our life accordingly. The last line says, जो है पति व्रताओं के पातिव्रत्या का आधार, the epitome of fidelity within life. Unfortunately, today, when we look at the media, especially the Hindi serials, there's nothing like that which is given to us or fed to us. So it goes into whatever we feed into our mind, that will be the same equivalent output. Let's take it, feed the noble characters, learn from the life of Sri Ram, learn from the life of Mata Sita, learn from the sacrifice that they made to be as the ideal children, ideal rulers, ideal parents to their kids. That's the inspiring part. And let's realize International Women's Day by living these noble, virtuous characters in our day-to-day life. Thank you for your attention. ध्यान के लिए धन्यवाद. I leave the floor to Dhananjay ji for the thanks, and then Aarti Vajan, and then I'll take over for Shanti part.
Thank you
Dhananjay
everyone
ji.
for joining. Thank you everyone for joining today at our weekly Satsang, Hindu Center of Atlanta. On Saturday, every Saturday morning, 10:30 a.m. And just to remind you all, we have a kids program for the Sanatan Dharma Simplified every Friday evening, 9 p.m. and our spiritual learning program for the adults on Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Earlier, I listened to very beautiful bhajans from all of you, from some of you, and thank you all for those beautiful bhajans, and which reminds us to keep doing the job of Om, and that brings us the very, very much peace in our life and mind. So thank you, Acharji, for your continuous service. It is almost 1 year we are doing weekly satsang. In the last year, in March, we started after this corona pandemic erupted in the world. So Acharji has been helping us since then. Thank you, Dr. Chanduraji, for your continuous support to us. So Vandanaji will start the aarti now.
ओम जय जगदीश हरे, स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे, भक्त जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, जो ध्यावे फल पावे, दुख बिन से मन का, प्रभु दुख बिन से मन का, सुख संपत्ति घर आवे, सुख संपत्ति घर आवे, कष्ट मिटे तन का। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, मात पिता तुम मेरे, शरण गहूँ मैं किसकी, स्वामी शरण गहूँ मैं किसकी, तुम बिन और न दूजा, तुम बिन और न दूजा, आस करूँ मैं जिसकी। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, तुम पूर्ण परमात्मा, तुम अंतर्यामी, स्वामी तुम अंतर्यामी, पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर, पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर, तुम सबके स्वामी। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, तुम करुणा के सागर, तुम पालन कर करता, स्वामी तुम पालन करता, मैं सेवक तुम स्वामी, मैं सेवक तुम स्वामी, कृपा करो भरता, ओम जय जगदीश हरे। तुम हो एक अगोचर सबके प्राणपति, स्वामी सबके प्राणपति, किस विधि मिलूं दया में, किस विधि मिलूं दया में, तुमको मैं कुमति, ओम जय जगदीश हरे। दीन बंधु दुख हरता, तुम रक्षक मेरे, स्वामी तुम रक्षक मेरे, अपने हाथ उठाओ, अपने हाथ उठाओ, द्वार पड़ा मैं तेरे, ओम जय जगदीश हरे। विषय विकार मिटाओ, पाप हरो देवा, स्वामी पाप हरो देवा, श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ, श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ, संतन की सेवा, ओम जय जगदीश हरे, स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे। भक्त जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे, ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
Moving now towards Shanti part, just to remind everybody, this mantra, Trayambakam Yajamahe, which we chant nearly on all occasions. So how come this? It's as if, as we say, the tomato which goes into all the tomato sauce which goes in all the recipes. So this mantra leads us to one thing in life. Trayambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushti vardhanam urvarukmiva vandhanan mrityurmukshiyam amratat. Always inspiring us to be sugandhim pushti vardhanam. We know Trayambakam, Ishwar God, as the sustainer of the free regions, Dyo, Antariksh, and Prithvi. Dyo, the celestial bodies, Antariksh, the space, and Prithvi, the earth, but also as the all knowledgeable of the past, what is occurring in the present, and what are the likely occurrences of the future. But this mantra tells us, let's be fragrance, let's spread the fragrance of our life like the fragrance of the ripe melon. As and when the melon ripens, the fragrance spreads all over. And then, bandhanan mrityur mukshiyam amratat. So if we move on the path of dharma, artha, kama, moksha, at the end, when departing this present life, will be like the ripe melon. Detaching itself from the creeper, will move unto moksha, mukti, without any attachment, any bondage to whatever be the material world. 4 lines of Ashirvad before moving to Shanti part. भगवान इस परिवार को सुख का सदा वरदान दो, ज्ञान की गंगा बहाकर शुद्ध वैदिक ज्ञान दो, निरोग होकर सब जिए शतवर्ष आयुष्मान हो, धन धान्य से पूरित सदा यश युक्त कीर्तिमान हो, पुत्र पौत्रादिक सभी बलवान हो, श्रीमान हो, विद्वान हो, मतिमान हो, धर्मात्मा धीमान हो. Shanti Patha, following the yogic meditation form of chanting this mantra, linking each and every word with the Shanti and each and every word is an element of the universe, and we have a duty to uphold, to be peaceful towards each of the elements to get peace in return. Om Dyo Shanti Antariksham Shanti Prithvi Shanti Apah Shanti Oshadhaya Shanti Vanaspataya Shanti Vishvedeva Shanti Brahma Shanti Sarvam Shanti Shantireva Shanti Sama Shantiredhi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Prayers for universal peace. O Ishwar God, by your grace, may all the celestial regions be peaceful, Antariksha, the space, be peaceful, Prithvi, the earth, be peaceful, Apa, the waters, be peaceful, Oshadhaya, the seasonal and crops and medicinal plants, be peaceful, Vanaspataya, the perennial plants and vegetation, be peaceful, Vishvedeva, the learned and elderly, be conducive to peace and prosperity. Brahma, may the supreme creator, reliever of pains and afflictions, bring us peace. Sarvam, may the universe be peaceful. Shanti, may peace be peaceful. Sama, may that peace be with us. And then 3 times Shanti, may there be cosmic, physical, and spiritual peace. May we stay free from Adhyatmic, Adibautik, and Adidevik Dukh. Pujan Mantra, Mealtime Prayer. Om Annapate Annasya no Deyanamivasya Sushmina Prapradataram Tarisha Urjanno Dehi Dvipade Chatushpade. हे अन्न के स्वामीन प्रभु, आप हमें अंधो जो रोग रहित और पुष्टि कारक हो, आप अन्नदाता का कल्याण करो, 2 पाए मनुष्यों और 4 पाए प्राणियों आदि में तेज धारण करो. O Annadata, Ishwar, giver of food, kindly provide us with healthy and energy-producing food. Grant serenity to those who give food in charity. May all living beings be blessed with energy-giving food. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Stay safe, take care, and have a nice weekend and a nice week ahead. धन्यवाद. नमस्ते.